My girlfriend posted Instagram stories all night, girls' night, but her location showed a male co-worker's address 40 miles away. I didn't confront her, just quietly packed her belongings, changed the locks, and left everything in her best friend's driveway with a note. When she got home at 3 a.m., original post, I, 28 male, have been with my girlfriend for 2 years. We moved into my apartment together about 10 months ago. I say my apartment because I've been on the lease since before we met, and when she moved in, I added her as an occupant, not a co-tenant. My name is on everything: utilities, internet, the lease itself. She contributes to rent, but legally, it's my place. This matters because of what I discovered last Saturday night. She told me she was going out for a girls' night with her best friend and a few other women from her friend group. Said they were going to dinner and then maybe a bar downtown. Don't wait up, probably crash at her friend's place, so they could keep drinking without worrying about driving. Cool. I trust her. Or I did. Here's the thing about me. I'm not a jealous guy. I don't check her phone. I don't interrogate her about where she's been. I don't track her location obsessively. But I do have Instagram, and I do look at stories when I'm bored on a Saturday night alone. Around 9 p.m., she posted a story. Champagne glasses clinking, caption, girls' night. Bottle with popping cork, love these ladies. The location tag said a trendy restaurant downtown. Normal stuff. At 10:30 p.m., another story. Group selfie at what looked like a bar. Everyone laughing, same caption energy. Location tag, a popular cocktail lounge. At 11:45 p.m., another story. Her alone in what looked like a living room. Glass of wine, caption, perfect night with perfect people, 2 hearts, no location tag this time. Here's where it gets interesting. Her Snap map was still on. We'd set it up months ago when she was nervous about driving alone at night. She wanted me to be able to see where she was in case anything happened. She never turned it off, and honestly, I rarely checked it. But something about that last story nagged at me. The living room didn't look like her friend's apartment. The decor was different. The couch was leather, and her friend has that velvet sectional thing. So I checked Snap Map. She wasn't downtown. She wasn't at her friend's place. She was at a residential address 40 miles outside the city. I stared at my phone for a solid minute, trying to make sense of it. Maybe she went to someone else's house. Maybe there was a party I didn't know about. Maybe the map was glitching. I Googled the address. It came up linked to a LinkedIn profile. A man's name. Someone who worked at the same company as my girlfriend. Not just any co-worker. The co-worker. The one she'd mentioned a few times in passing. Always casually, always dismissively. Oh, he's annoying. He's always trying to make conversation. He's kind of awkward, honestly. She was at his house. At midnight. On a girls' night. I sat there for maybe an hour, just processing. Running through scenarios. Maybe there's an innocent explanation. Maybe a bunch of people went there. Maybe it's not what it looks like. But deep down I knew. The fake location tags. The solo story with no friends visible. The 40-mile drive to some random co-worker's house when she was supposed to be downtown with her girls. I didn't call her. I didn't text. I didn't confront her in any way. Instead, I started packing. Her stuff wasn't that extensive. She'd moved in with clothes, some books, bathroom supplies, a few decorative items. Most of the furniture, electronics, and kitchen stuff was mine from before she moved in. I was methodical. Folded her clothes neatly into the suitcases she'd brought when she moved in. Boxed up her toiletries, her books, her throw pillows, the framed photos she'd hung up. By 1:30 a.m., everything that belonged to her was packed. 6 boxes, 2 suitcases, a garment bag. I loaded it all into my car and drove to her best friend's house, the one who was supposedly hosting this girls' night. The best friend lived about 15 minutes away. I pulled in the driveway, unloaded everything onto the front porch, and left a note on top. These belong to your friend. She can explain why they're here. Don't contact me. Then I drove home, called a 24-hour locksmith, and had the locks changed by 2:45 a.m. I turned off my phone and went to sleep. At 3 a.m., according to the doorbell camera I'd installed last year, my girlfriend arrived home. She tried her key. It didn't work. She tried again and again. Then she started knocking, then pounding, then ringing the doorbell repeatedly. I didn't answer. She called me 18 times between 3:15 and 4 a.m. texted me probably twice that many times. I didn't read any of them until the next morning. When I finally turned my phone on around 10 a.m., I had 23 missed calls from her, 14 missed calls from her best friend, 8 missed calls from her mom, 1 missed call from a number I didn't recognize. The texts range from, "Why is the lock different?" to "What is going on?" to "I'm calling the police if you don't answer," to "Please just talk to me," to "You're being insane." She'd also posted on Instagram a tearful selfie with the caption, "When you think you know someone." Broken heart. Interesting framing. I responded to one text from her. "Your belongings are at your best friend's house. Your portion of this month's rent will be refunded to your Venmo. We're done." Then I blocked her number. Update 1, 4 days later. The fallout has been something. After I blocked her, she went through everyone she could think of to reach me. Her best friend texted me asking what the hell happened and demanding I explain myself. Her mom left me a voicemail, which I listened to once and then deleted, calling me cruel and vindictive for throwing her daughter's things on the street like garbage. For the record, I placed her belongings neatly on a covered porch at the house of her supposed best friend during a dry night. Nothing was damaged. Nothing was stolen. It was the most considerate way I could think of to remove her from my life without a dramatic confrontation. But that's not how they were spinning it. According to the mutual friends who reached out, my ex was telling everyone that I snapped, that I threw her out in the middle of the night for no reason, that she came home to find herself homeless with no warning. She was playing the victim hard. What she wasn't telling people, that she was at another man's house when this happened. I know this because when her best friend kept pressing me for an explanation, I finally responded. Asked her where she actually was Saturday night. Because it wasn't with you. That message was read immediately. No response for 2 hours. Then, a single text. She said she left early to help a co-worker with something. At his house, 40 miles away, until after midnight, during girls' night, while posting fake location tags. No response after that. But here's where it gets interesting. About 2 days after everything went down, I got a message from an unexpected source, her co-worker's girlfriend. Let me back up. I didn't know he had a girlfriend. From what my ex had said about him, awkward, annoying, always trying too hard, I assumed he was single. But no, he has a girlfriend. They've been together for 3 years. They live together. She found me through Instagram. We had no mutual friends, but apparently she'd done some digging after. Her boyfriend came home, acting weird, on Sunday morning. "Hey, this is awkward, but I need to ask you something. Are you the guy who was dating my ex's name?" I confirmed. "Were you together on Saturday night?" "We were together until Saturday night, yes. She was in my apartment, with my boyfriend. I was out of town visiting my sister. And there it was. She'd pieced it together the same way I had. Social media inconsistencies, a boyfriend who couldn't quite meet her eyes, a gut feeling that something was wrong. She'd gone through his phone while he was showering and found texts. Texts between him and my ex going back months. Flirty messages, plans to meet up, complaints about their respective partners, and, on Saturday night, confirmation that she was on her way over. This wasn't a one-time thing. This was an ongoing affair. The co-worker's girlfriend and I talked for about an hour over DM, comparing timelines, confirming details, processing the reality that we'd both been lied to for God knows how long. She was devastated. I was numb. I'd already done my grieving in that 1 hour Saturday night while I packed boxes. She asked me what I was going to do. "I've already done it," I said. "She doesn't live with me anymore. I'm moving on. That's it. You're not going to confront her? Make her admit it? What would that accomplish?" I know what happened. You know what happened. Forcing her to admit it wouldn't change anything. I wish I had your calm. I'm literally shaking right now. I'm not calm. I'm just tired. And I refuse to give her the satisfaction of seeing me lose it. She thanked me for talking to her. Said she was going to confront her boyfriend that night. I wished her luck. The next morning, she sent me a screenshot. His stuff in trash bags on the curb. Caption: "Your turn to be homeless. Small victory, but I'll take it." Update 2. 10 days later. It's been almost 2 weeks since everything went down, and the dust is starting to settle. First, the practical stuff. I removed her as an occupant on my lease. My landlord was understanding, said it happens more than people realize, and processed the paperwork quickly. I got her mail forwarding set up, legally required since she received mail there, changed all the passwords on shared accounts, and canceled the streaming services I'd been letting her use. The financial side was clean. I Venmo'd her the prorated portion of rent she'd paid for the month, about $485, with a note, final payment. Do not contact me. She accepted the money, but didn't respond. I consider that a win. Her best friend reached out one more time, about a week after everything. Can we talk? I feel like there are two sides to this story, and I want to understand. I agreed to meet for coffee. I like her best friend. Actually, we'd hung out as a group many times, and she'd always seemed like a reasonable person. We met at a cafe near my place. She looked uncomfortable from the moment she sat down. I don't know what to believe, she started. She says you went crazy, threw her out for no reason. Wouldn't even let her explain. Did she tell you where she was Saturday night? She said she left early to help a co-worker. Did she tell you whose co-worker? Or why she was 40 miles away? Or why she was posting fake location tags to make it look like she was still downtown? Her friend went quiet. I don't have proof of anything physical, I continued, but I have the snap map showing her at his house. I have the fake Instagram stories. And I have confirmation from his girlfriend. Yes, he has a girlfriend, that they've been messaging for months and that she was at their apartment while the girlfriend was out of town. She never mentioned any of this. I'm sure she didn't. Why didn't you just talk to her? Ask her what was going on? Because I didn't need to. The evidence was clear enough. And honestly, I didn't want to give her the chance to lie to my face and make me doubt what I saw. Her friend sat with that for a moment. I feel stupid. I vouch for her. I told you that you were overreacting when you texted me. I had no idea. You didn't know. She lied to both of us. She's still lying. She's telling everyone you were controlling and paranoid, that she had to walk on eggshells around you, that this was the final straw in a pattern of abusive behavior. I laughed. I couldn't help it. Me? Controlling? I never checked her phone, never questioned where she was going, never told her who she could or couldn't see. The one time I actually paid attention to her location, because something felt off, I found out she was lying. And somehow I'm the controlling one. I know. I told her it didn't add up. What did she say? She said you were good at hiding it, that you made her feel crazy for having concerns. Classic Darvo. Deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. I'd read about it, but never experienced it so directly. I'm not going to defend myself to people who've already made up their minds, I said. The people who know me know I'm not that person. The people who believe her version. I can't change their minds, and honestly, I don't need to. Her friend nodded slowly. I believe you, for what it's worth. I've seen you two together, and you were never anything but supportive. This whole thing just doesn't fit. Thank you. That actually means a lot. We finished our coffee. She apologized for the initial text she'd sent defending my ex. I told her not to worry about it. She was being a loyal friend based on incomplete information. That's not a crime. Final update, 3 weeks later. It's been about a month since girls' night. Here's where everything stands. My ex has fully committed to the victim narrative. According to mutual friends who still talk to both of us, she's telling everyone that I was emotionally abusive, that I isolated her from friends, and that throwing her out was the final act of control. She's positioned herself as someone who escaped a toxic relationship. The irony is almost funny. Almost. The co-worker, meanwhile, is dealing with his own fallout. His girlfriend actually followed through on kicking him out. From what I've heard through the grapevine, the co-worker's girlfriend and I have stayed loosely in touch. He's staying with a buddy and trying to win her back with apologies and promises to change. She's not having it. Good for her. As for whether my ex and the co-worker are together now, I genuinely don't know, and I genuinely don't care. Their relationship was built on lies and betrayal. If they end up together, they deserve each other. If they don't, that's also fitting. Either way, it's not my problem anymore. What I do know is this. I handled the situation exactly the way I wanted to. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I didn't beg for explanations or give her a chance to gaslight me into doubting what I saw. I gathered the evidence, confirmed my suspicions, and acted decisively. Within 6 hours of discovering her location, she was out of my apartment and out of my life. Some people have said I was cold for not confronting her. that I owed her a conversation, an explanation, a chance to defend herself. I disagree. She owed me honesty. She owed me respect. She owed me the basic decency of not lying to my face while spending the night at another man's house. She broke that contract first. The moment she sent those fake location tag stories while actually being 40 miles away with someone else, she forfeited any right to a conversation. What I owed myself was protection from her lies, from her manipulation, from whatever narrative she would have spun if I'd given her the chance. By acting quickly and cleanly, I controlled the situation instead of letting her control me. Her best friend has become something of an ally, weirdly enough. She's distanced herself from my ex, said she can't be friends with someone who lies that easily, and we've grabbed coffee a couple more times. She's given me insight into my ex's pattern of behavior that I didn't have before. Apparently, this isn't the first relationship she's sabotaged with cheating. It's the third. She's always the victim, her friend said. Every breakup is someone else's fault. Every relationship ends because the guy couldn't handle her, or was too controlling, or didn't appreciate her. It's never her. I'm glad I got out when I did. The doorbell camera footage, by the way, is still saved. Her pounding on the door, trying the key over and over, the dawning realization that she couldn't get in. I don't know if I'll ever need it, for what exactly, but it's there. Documentation of the moment when her lies caught up with her. I'm not dating anyone right now. Not looking honestly. This whole experience has reminded me that trust is fragile and that some people are really, really good at hiding who they are. I'd rather take my time and find someone genuine than rush into something and end up here again. My apartment feels different now. Emptier in some ways. Her throw pillows are gone, her books, the little decorative touches she added. But also cleaner, somehow. More mine. I've rearranged some furniture, bought a few new things, made the space feel intentional again. Last week, I watched a movie on my couch, the same couch where I sat while her Snap Map showed her at someone else's house, and felt genuinely at peace. Not happy exactly, just settled, like a storm had passed, and the air was finally clear. She's still posting on Instagram. Inspirational quotes about surviving toxic relationships, and knowing your worth, and choosing yourself. The comments are full of heart emojis, and "you're so strong, babe," messages from people who have no idea what actually happened. Let them have their version. I have the truth, and I have my peace.